Live streaming of SDR news coverage at HP Discover has been made possible by Intel Corporation. Check out Intel Open Port IT, where you can connect with your peers at Intel on industry topics, best practices, strategies, and more. And by Microsoft, where HP and Microsoft are working together, combining their respective strengths to deliver innovative technologies to help advance your business.
Traveling to Barcelona, we had some critical studio gear damaged by airline mishandling. That resulted in degraded audio quality during some of our interviews. We've edited the backup recordings of the interviews for maximum clarity possible. We'll offer each guest a chance for re-recording. Please watch for announcements on the Twitter stream, AXMC, and SDR News for updates.
We've been talking about converged infrastructure here at HP Discover in Barcelona. We've got a specialist in that area, Mr. Brad Kirby.
Hey,
welcome.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. I had a chance to meet in person. We did an HP Tech Talk here a couple months ago.
A while ago.
And actually talking on the same topic.
Yep.
Why do you think that customers are so interested in converged infrastructure management tools, such as HP OneView?
Yeah, well, I think one of the problems that our customers face today is that virtualization allows them to deploy workloads much faster, but there's still a lot of time involved in getting the infrastructure up and running because you have a silo for storage management, a silo for network management, a silo for compute, and there are all sorts of conversations and handshakes that need to take place between those different domains of expertise, and that often delays the process of getting the infrastructure up and ready to receive virtualized workloads. Folks are really looking to streamline that process if they can.
So, but it's the entire process.
It's the entire process, exactly.
That's an issue. So exactly what does HP OneView do?
Well, so what HP OneView is here to do is help bring those domains of expertise together in a meaningful way so that you can actually deploy the infrastructure faster than you would normally be able to do with domain-specific tools. So for example, we have templates that allow domain experts to configure their portion of the infrastructure, your storage expert, your connectivity expert, your compute expert, and then those individual profiles come together in a single template, and the administrators within the rest of the environment, perhaps who aren't domain experts, can then deploy that template hundreds or even thousands of times, getting the same standardized configuration out there and covering all of the areas of the converged infrastructure instead of just a single part.
So how does this differ from traditional means of automation or CLI scripts or some of the ways this has been done in the past?
Well, I think this notion of a template is fundamentally different. You define it once and you use it multiple times, and you don't have to get into the business of scripts and maintaining scripts. And the other nice thing about it is it doesn't only apply to initial deployment, but it also applies to maintenance. So if I need to update, say, a firmware revision, I simply change it in the template, and then I can instruct the tool to roll that out across the entire infrastructure.
All right, so does this place domain experts kind of on the endangered species list? You no longer need a networking guy, you no longer need a storage guy?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, a lot of times we hear that question or that concern, and really the answer is no. I mean, I don't think we're saying that domains of expertise are going to go away here, right? You need networking experts, you need storage experts, you need compute experts for a reason, but this gives them a way to bring those skills together in a more efficient fashion. So for example, we have role-based security that allows the networking expert to come in and configure, for example, the virtual connect profiles, and then this server expert will come in and configure the server profiles. Those two things come together to form the template, which is then deployed.
What if there's a conflict between some of the parameters that one calls versus the others?
Well, typically what we've done is we've created the templates in such a way so that you don't have overlap and there's not contention between the server administrator and the network administrator. Those individuals configure their particular area of expertise. Mm-hmm. It comes together in a single template that can then be deployed for the enclosure, can be deployed for the servers.
So what are some of the benefits then that a customer would get that would be reflected in his business results?
Well, I think the key benefits that you would see are greater standardization of your infrastructure. For example, we had United Airlines come in and talk about the benefits of HP OneView for the data center that they're building. And what they mentioned is we're going to have one configuration for physical infrastructure, one configuration for virtualized infrastructure, and they're able to boil that down essentially to two templates that they're able to create for their environment. So much more standardization, and then much more rapid rollout. Think about what that means to create the template once and then use it hundreds and hundreds of times. You don't have people going into individual tools performing the same tasks over and over again. You create the definition once and then instantiate it again and again and again and again.
So how does this help a manager understand the impact as changes develop and migrate through the organization? How does OneView help them to better understand what's happening in their organization?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the nice things about this template-based approach is it captures all the interconnectivity between the different elements of the solution. We have a capability in HP OneView called MapView, and what MapView does is it enables you to visually understand the association between enclosures, servers, virtual connect modules, how they're connected up to the edge of the network in the SAN, and then how those things are interconnected through the data center. So for example, I have to decommission a VLAN in my environment. I'm able through this map view to understand immediately what systems are going to be impacted by that and make an intelligent assessment as to whether I can decommission that or whether I need to make some configuration changes before I carry out that action.
So it sounds like you're automating the elements of the system overall, but can you automate even the management of the system?
Can you automate the
automation?
Yeah. So one of the things that the team was very careful to do when they created HP OneView is create a REST API that sits behind the HP OneView platform. What that REST API means is while systems administrators can use the HP OneView graphical user interface, and we've invested a lot in that, they can also programmatically interact with HP OneView. And what that means is I can use the services that OneView provides, for example, eventing services or these templates that I referenced, and call those services from runbook automation tools. Mm-hmm. So if you have a complex IT service that you want to deploy, and HP OneView is part of that, with a little bit of work, it's going to snap right in. And we've created PowerShell and Python bindings, so for people that are used to scripting in those languages, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah. So though, if we're having this discussion 6 months from now or a year from now, what's on the horizon?
Well, with HP OneView, we've started the process with blades, enclosures, and virtual connects, the whole templatizing process that I mentioned. And I can't give dates at this point, but the next phase on the horizon is certainly going to be work that we're doing in the storage resource management space. And we're also working very closely with our HP networking team to bring that into the fold. I mean, we are really trying to create HP OneView. So you have one view to go to manage your converged infrastructure instead of all the various domain tools.
How difficult is it to pilot this and to get a feel for what OneView can bring to the table?
It's exceptionally simple. one of the things that we decided to do is, new tools takes a little while to get them adopted. So we wanted to make it exceptionally simple to just download it, turn it on in your environment, and there is an automated or an automatic 60-day trial version of the product that is built into the software. So you can start trying it in an unlimited fashion, no restrictions on functionality, right from day one.
Wow. The whole product for 60 days.
The whole product for 60 days, no restrictions whatsoever.
Brad, where can people go to take advantage of that offer and to learn more?
Okay, so just go to the HP website, www.hp.com/go/OneView, and that will take you to information about the product and a link to that download page.
Excellent. The infamous Go code.
The Go code, yeah.
The essential part. Brad, thanks so much for stopping by and having a chance to chat here as well. Thanks to you folks for following us here on day 2 at HP Discover in Barcelona.